by default, each time we draw an object in Illustrator, that object will appear above a previously created object. And in doing so, what we're doing is building a stack of objects that we can rearrange using the various arrange commands in the object menu. I've got the topmost object selected. If I want to move that all the way to the bottom of this stack, I send that to the back. However, working in this particular way means that all of our artwork resides within the stack somewhere. We are working in a single layer. When we display the layers panel, we can actually see that. Working in layer 1, and within that layer we've got a number of paths already created. Now for complex artwork, that can be quite chaotic. And that's why we're working in more organized manners generally to A, create order out of chaos, be able to easily select related objects, change appearances, change the stacking order of related objects, and so on. So let's have a look at how we can work with layers in Illustrator. We've got a more complex drawing here that contains text, legends, little icons that display the various facilities and features that are available, and so on. Let's have a look at the text layer first. The little triangle here indicates that this layer is the current active layer. If I click the eyeball, I hide all of the objects that appear on this layer. I can also click the little symbol next to it, and that assures that I can't by accident move these objects around. If I now try and select this bit of text, I'm actually moving the yellow box in the background. Let's go back to the text layer and we'll just click to the right of the word text to select it. I'll unlock that. A quick way to select all of the objects within this text layer is to click the selection area to the right of this target circle. We will cover this target circle in the next video. This automatically selects all of the art in that layer, making it easy for us to change the font to something totally different. When you select an individual object, for instance this hospital sign, a dot in the selection area indicates that you've got this object selected, but it also indicates which layer it resides in. And this hospital symbol belongs within the facilities layer. To place it in that particular layer, drag that dot into that layer. You can immediately see that the bounding box color has changed to the layer color. I'd like to place the red dots that indicate the towns into a separate layer. If I select them, I notice that they appear on various layers throughout the document. So let's start by creating a layer first of all. We'll just place our cursor on the roads layer and click it to activate that, and from the layer panel menu choose new layer. We can also click the new layer icon here or press Alt or Option and click that little icon. Let's name this layer Towns, and I want to display the towns that are placed in a layer. It needs to be a printable layer, and we can see there's a number of settings that we can enable at this level. We can also pick the layer color. How do we now place all of this artwork that belongs in that layer? Well, we first of all need to select it. I'm going to select a single red dot and use a little trick to automatically select all of the objects in this artwork that are filled with that red color. And we do that by using the select menu, same, fill color. Now everything's selected. We can now move those dots into the towns layer, and as a result all of the red dots indicating towns are now positioned within this towns layer. For more complex layers, we can also include what's called sublayers. For instance, in the waterways layer, we've combined all of the rivers into a sublayer called rivers. To create a new sublayer, either select the layer within which you want to add it and choose new sublayer, or alternatively click on the new sublayer button at the bottom of the panel. To rename this, double click the name and we'll name this lakes, because currently the lakes don't seem to be placed in this layer. We now select those lakes by shift clicking them and once again drag those objects into this sub layer, and we now have the ability to select and deselect subcomponents within a single layer. The first layer, layer 1, is now empty, and we can see that by the fact that there's no expansion triangle to the left of it. To delete a layer, select it, then click the little trash can at the bottom of the panel. We're almost done with this drawing. The only thing that we still need to do is rename the layer containing the background image to background. And again, by double clicking that, we can do that. So layers are useful. They create order out of chaos. They can help us easily select objects, change the color of objects, and much, much more. We will touch on layers throughout some of the next videos as well.